over $65,000 in the account. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video, we're going to talk about why I don't drip into dividends. And if you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to collect at least $600 every single week, which we've done for 37 straight weeks now. We do this through selling cash secured puts, selling covered calls, doing credit spreads, as well as collecting dividends from high yielders such as ULTY and TSYY. So with that being said, let's jump into our trade history first. Full transparency as always. But before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out to the beautiful Premium Generals, a great group of people. It's $10 a month. Join us, and in this group, you get exclusive content such as educational videos on how to sell cash secured puts, on how to sell covered calls, as well as doing credit spreads, and finally, private portfolio updates, every trade that I make when I make them. And then obviously, most important, you get to be in every single video. So love to have you. It's $10 a month. Come join us. And if you're somebody that wants a little bit more in-depth, one-on-one education on selling options, I do have a Fiverr. I will put that link in the description below. Would love to have you in either group. But with that being said, let's get back into that video. Okay, let's take a look at our trade history here first. Just want to show real quick everything we did last week. So we did a couple credit spreads with SPY. Make sure you check my last video. I went into a little bit more detail on what a credit spread is, but we collected around $60 profit on those credit spreads. And then we sold some cash secured puts. Cash secured put, that means you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And when you do that, you get paid a nice credit. So we got paid around 300 and some bucks for those credits. In selling cash secured puts, just agreeing to buy stocks that we like. We're getting paid for it. Can't beat it. But I really want to talk about today's video, dividends. So we got paid this last week $385 from ULTY. That distribution that we get from ULTY is being used to buy TSYY shares. And for about 3 to 4 weeks in a row, I had payouts from ULTY that I wanted to put in TSYY, but I did not. And here's why. Let's go take a look at TSYY. Like I said, the goal with ULTY is to be an income generator to buy other income generators. And it allows us to essentially print money, in my opinion, to keep growing the account. So TSYY. I did not want to buy TSYY above my average cost of, at the time, $8.25. I did not want to do that, and that's the reason I turn off drip or anything like that, because I would rather be patient and hold on to my cash over reinvesting into stocks I think are higher than they should be. So for example, TSYY was floating around $8.45, $8.50 for multiple weeks. Every week I was getting around $380 from ULTY. And people were saying, oh, you should really put it in there now. It's great. And I have no doubt it is. But I've been in the market for around 16 years now. And everything goes up and down. That's just how it works. Always preface, though, my trades are my opinions. They should never be taken as financial advice. But I knew TSYY was going to come back around. And I was patient, waited for it to come back down. And because of that, I was able to buy 120 shares yesterday. I bought 50 at 813, 20 at 807, and then another 50 at 776. And that lowered my cost average down from 825 down to 810. And now I have 235 shares. Unfortunately, ex-dividend day had already happened, so that $26 I'm receiving is not counted towards all those shares that I purchased, those 120. But next week on ex-dividend day, I'm going to have 235 minimum shares. I might be able to get some more. If TSYY drops below 810, which is my new average cost, that's when I'm going to buy more TSYY shares. So the goal is to get 500 shares of TSYY, and I'm using ULTY distributions as well as TSYY payouts to reinvest into it in order to get those 500 shares. What I'm doing in the meantime, when it's above that price, I'm buying ULTY. My goal is to get 5,000 shares of ULTY because I believe that ULTY will start paying around 9 cents flat as the distribution, and I think it'll stay there for a while. And with 5,000 shares, that gives me about $450 a week. Let's see, $900 a paycheck, essentially $1,800 a month. And that income will definitely help me rapidly grow other income generating funds. So in my personal opinion, do I think ULTY is going to pay 9 cents forever? No. I think it's going to go 9 cents, then 8 cents, then 7, then 6, then 5. And that's fine for me. Like I said, I've been investing for quite a while. This is similar to these buy right funds of the past. And anytime they pay out these large distributions, the stock price continues to drop and continues to drop. And so then eventually they do a split, reduce the dividend payout. It happens over time. So what I try to do is maximize my cash flow with these guys. So I don't want to purchase above my average cost for any of them. I'm okay with lowering my cost average. I'm okay with sitting on cash. I can always use cash to sell more cash secured puts, which again, in my opinion, is the best way to generate income. Selling options, I think, is the #1 way to generate cash. That's how I grew my account or any of my accounts. But when you, again, combine them with high distribution dividend plays to help accelerate the growth of your account to collect more income, I think it can be a very valuable tool. And so that's what I'm trying to do here with ULTY. I want to get it to that 5,000 shares. I want to be able to use those shares to get me to 500 shares of TSYY, which should get me about $100 a week on average based on their current dividend payout. And then I want to take ULTY distribution and TSYY distribution and start buying some COYY. What is COYY at right now? Let's see, take a quick look here. $17, perfect. When people put it on my radar, it was around $20. I think it was right about here. People were saying, oh man, you really got to get in, it's dipping, buy the dip. And I said, oh, nope, I'm going to wait. It's down around $17.60. I think it'll get down to around $15 or so when I have my 500 shares of TSYY, and I'm okay with buying COYY at 15. So I'm going to get 500 shares there next, and by combining the $100 a week from TSYY with essentially around $400 a week from ULTY, that's going to give me $500 a week to be able to buy these nice dividend payouts. So that's what I'm doing from a dividend side in my portfolio. Tomorrow's video, I'll talk about the options I'm going to roll into next week to generate more cash. But like I said, the focus of today's video was to go over why I don't have drip turned on. I would rather be patient and wait for those buying opportunities because these funds will definitely pull down, in my opinion. They will definitely come down. So it's important to utilize that cash flow to buy other income generators. So even when they're all lower and they're paying less, we have accumulated quite a bit of those shares that even with a lower distribution rate, we're still generating sufficient cash flow. So with that being said, if you're enjoying this journey, make sure you help me out. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe as we try to get toward that 5,000 share goal. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.